This is our £9,000 BMW M140, the cheapest non-crash damage one in the country.
Now on paper, that sounds like an absolute bargain, a rear-wheel drive inline-six turbocharged hot hatch for the price of a used Fiesta.
But when we got the car home, it became pretty obvious why it was so cheap.
The glove box was full of police letters and documents about the previous owner's illicit crimes, meaning this car has seen some stuff.
Mechanically though, we've already gone through and turned it into something pretty serious. Proper upgrades, a load of maintenance and a tune, meaning this thing now makes over 460 horsepower.
The problem is it still looks like the cheapest M140i in the country.
It's got horrible fake carbon here, 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 and here.
A horrible F1 light, the wheels are curved and the tyres are bald. And the awful colour combination of blue over red interior is absolutely
So we're going to go over the whole car today to turn this into the baby M car that BMW should have built.
And to start this visual transformation, we needed to begin tearing down the questionable exterior mods.
There we go. We are replacing them with carbon, but actual carbon fibre. These...
Oh, can you put that down gently, please?
Very strong. Maybe it is carbon fibre.
The next thing to remove was the rear spoiler, which was a good example of how bad fake carbon can look.
Never seen this on carbon weave before. The carbon starts straight, and then it bends upwards, and then downwards and then upwards. It's kind of a beautiful wave pattern. Have a look here. Now that is good quality stuff. And thankfully, it looks like it's only been stuck on with maybe blue tack.
This is where I will say, look, when you leave it standard like this, it looks a bit flaccid, so it needs something, just not fake carbon.
With that horrible spoiler off, I had a good excuse to do some cleaning, and then we could start removing the disgusting red interior.
Now we are stripping this entire interior out, and I mean everything, apart from the dashboard, because that's black, steering wheel, seats, armrest, rear seats, door cards, it's all coming out, but that does mean the paperwork's got to go.
Does that mean we're absolving him of his crimes? Like, if we get rid of that, the crimes go away?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, just burn them, and then that's sort of done.
Fresh start. Pretty good condition as well for what this car's been through. Now, let's have a look. Let's do some archaeology. And what I found was shocking. No way, don't tell me this is service history.
No way.
It's tyres. 2 tyres on the rear, done in mid-2024.
Okay, so he's done 2 sets of tyres in 2 years.
With an open diff.
Yeah.
Quite impressive.
Then it was my turn to discover something a little questionable.
Is that my Range Rover key? That's a Range Rover key.
Hold on, is that your...
Hold on, hang on. This might be my Range Rover key, but what's alarming is that there is a skin for another Range Rover key in there.
Well, go see if that one works on your car.
So I did.
Yeah, that's my key. So whose is this? Free gift, I guess. Ah! Whoa.
With the front seats removed, we got to work on the rears, where we discovered some treasure. 10p, new. A 20p with some form of grime on it. Another 10p.
There's a pound coin. Is that a £2 coin behind the belt? Or a pound coin?
That's a pound coin.
Pound coin.
Love that. This was from one of their successful heists. £3.54?
That might make us bail.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, you know what?
That might
Our
make
bail. Yeah, that makes sense. And then a hair clip just to top it all off.
One thing that Jay actually noticed behind the camera that we did not spot is that someone, somehow, has fitted this headrest backwards.
That's nice.
In the car. So as you can see, that one goes that way. I actually think this one's also backwards.
Oh, that's, yeah, no, they have.
That one's also backwards. So, obviously, this must be the 7-seater. Then you just want to get your head on that headrest.
It does work.
Oh, it's nice.
So what, bring your M140 down to TDC Customs, we'll strip that thing out.
Honestly, we'll get a gearbox done in 3 or 4 days.
And then the interior we'll have done in 20 minutes, but we'll keep the change.
So you'll notice that we've got a leather door card here with the red on it. That can't run because we're going to go for black seats and some very cool black seats as well, not just normal seats. So we've gone for a normal black leather door card, but it also has blue stitching in it. It's not custom or anything like that. This is just from another 1 Series. So we've got a normal 1 Series interior and something a little special for the front seats.
But for now, we needed to continue the teardown, and after removing the passenger door card, I made another discovery. Oh. Someone's put an elbow through the window and smashed it. One more example of this car having seen some stuff in its life. No, yeah, that's great. No, that's nice to see. Glossing over that interesting bit of history, I removed the final horrible red leather component from this car, and it was time to start installing the new interior parts.
The steering wheel that this car came with is tough. Fake soft leather carbon fibre. What the is wrong with you, idiot? Anyway, instead, just bought this, which is literally a standard wheel from a manual car. Manual cars don't have paddles on the back or anywhere to put paddles, so this is what we needed. And just like our car, it's super base. No cruise control, no nothing, just blanks. So I'm gonna give the leather a bit of a clean. You can see the original is a little bit shiny. So now if I give it a proper clean, it should go nice and matte, like that. Leather should be matte, not shiny. We aren't seals. This is not how to use a steering wheel.
Bro is jorking that thing. With Will starting work on replacing the steering wheel, I gave the interior a proper vacuum. Just cleaning.
Steering wheels are usually kind of the same, but on this, you have a little access hole here. You just push that in, and that is what releases the airbag. So I've done it on one side here, and if my calculations are correct, there we go. Right, airbag out, a live bomb.
Now, not only is the fact that it's red something disappointing about this seat, if you look at it, it's just a bit boring. Like, it doesn't feel very M car. This is supposed to be a baby M car. That seat won't do. So, we've bought something a lot cooler. These are a set of BMW M4 seats. Important that we needed the M4 seats because, as you see, this is a two-door. We need something to be able to lean back and forward. You can see how much more kind of supportive, how angry these ones are compared to that. It's just a seat, really. This is seat plus. So there is one issue though, because Jay, if you look on the side of that, can you see the buttons on the side of that 1 Series seat? No, Jay, got you, idiot. It's because it's a manual seat, whereas these are not. Because so many people do this conversion, they put M4 seats in these cars quite often, there is a wiring loom to turn it into an electric car with a fuse. Now, the one issue that we have is on some of them, on the later seats, I believe, this bit here that says M will say either M3 or M4. Will, yours were from an M4, but they were going in an M3, so he changed them. How hard would you say they are to take out?
They're not designed to come out that way, but we have a cure for that. It's a sticker.
Love a bit of arts and crafts when working on the M140i. However, when I went to actually install the sticker, things weren't quite as I expected. I'd say this is quite a bit of excess on there.
And while Edwin dealt with that, I was removing the horrible old steering wheel.
There we go. That is horrible. Jesus Christ. But look at this. Now, we were thinking about like a full Alcantara, or you can get M Performance ones that have lights in or whatever, but this is just a nice M Sport wheel. This is what it would have had from the factoire. Look at that. That is nice, and nice and clean as well. I'm very pleased with that. That's nice. M. Look how much nicer that is now. That's just smart. That is smart.
With Will making actual progress inside, I was still fighting the stickers and came to an expected conclusion. Will, would you like to come over here?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, watch out for those. I think I'm going to make an executive decision.
You're not doing it.
That looks like shit.
It does look like shit.
And I spent as much time as I could making that right. Goodbye, mate. Tried, didn't I? So, with that proving to be a complete waste of time, I did something that I knew would make a big difference, giving these new seats a proper cleanup. One of you is gonna win this M140, so we want the interior to look as brand new as possible.
And while Edwin was busy with that, I got to work installing the rest of the new interior.
Windows in, everything is now back together, on properly. No broken clips either, no missing clips, just works as it should. But that looks so much nicer. So now I'm gonna smash the backs in.
Sorry. These seats are now physically ready to go in, but we do have this to deal with.
But before we got on with the wiring job, we finished installing the rest of the interior.
Oh, sorry.
And then moved on to replacing some of the exterior mods that we had removed earlier on.
Something this car hasn't seen, well, since us, but also for a very long time. Original BMW parts. And I believe we got to be one of the few M140i people on this earth doing this.
Doing this way round.
Because
normally these come off, these go on, but this is the other way around.
Original from BMW, brand new chrome grille.
Oh, it's gonna look nice.
Now, Will, we differ in many things, but we agree that chrome should be only used in a very small amount of time.
We're not Americans. We're not going, oh, here, I'll chrome the whole bumper, son. Little trims here and there, they're fine. I'm also a fan of black trims, but on this car, with the wheels we're going for and the setup, this is the one.
Good.
Compared to what we did have, this is the look. Just trust us, trust the process. There we go. That's very good.
That's clean.
So the grills are in, we've got mirror caps to do, but we've also got an actual carbon fibre rear lip.
Here we go. Yeah.
Because without a little sort of swoop ducktail type thing, they're really lacking these cars, so this will be nice.
The little flick up gives me E30 vibes, the little Evo 2 E30 where it goes. Using a professional fixing kit, we could stick this real carbon fibre spoiler onto the M140i.
And as a finishing touch to the carbon exterior parts, I also installed some new mirror caps.
There we go. Lovely. No more of the...
Next up was wiring, and that's something that neither of us enjoy at all.
So in return for us embarking on one of our least favourite jobs, you should hit that subscribe button to never miss another TDC upload.
Basically, these seats will fit into the 1 Series. They'll go in fine. But as we said, there is an electrical adjuster on the side, and without power going to them, we can't move the seats. But the cool thing is, the fuse box here in the 1 Series has the fuse plug to take electric seat. So we need to use this harness to wire in electric seats and have them work properly.
There's a little grommet down there where a wiring loom comes through. It's just down there. I've had to remove a panel. So that is where lots of the wiring is going to this fuse box and some of the engine bits. We now need to poke an extra wire through there.
Ow.
So when you're pushing something through a loom like this, you want something that can actually push the wire through. Obviously, wires bend and you hit something, it's just going to do that. But you can get an old wire coat hanger or similar, and you can basically tape it to it. That means you can then poke it through, grab it on the other end, remove the tape, and then you're good as gold, mate.
This helped to no end, and before long, I was able to get the new section of loom fed through the M140i's firewall. So we've got 6 fuses all in here. When you flip it on the side, you can see there's only 2 pins being used. So BMW essentially just put all the fuses in, and then if you didn't have the options, you just didn't get the wiring for it. You still have the fuse, so now we just put them in.
So we did exactly that and installed the new loom into the fuse box, then reinstalled all of the fuses.
That now means that this harness, when you turn the engine on, will get power. That harness now has power. So now we need to wire in this little blue wire into that FEM module, and then we have to de-pin this big yellow guy here and run some wires into that. It's all quite scary, but it's worth it.
So we opened up that seat connector and installed our new wires.
Oh, clean, look at that!
The next step was to take the rest of the loom, feed it through the center console and wire it into the driver's seat.
But when trying to install the new wires, I ran into an issue. Okay, so we had a little bit of an issue with this wiring connector here. You may be able to see in here, this pin is a little bit mashed up. So unfortunately, we tried our best to make it work, and then in trying to repair it, snapped something inside of it, which means it was stuck in there. So we went down to our local scrapyard, A1 Metal Recycling, found a similar generation BMW, asked them if we could cut it out. They said it was fine. They said we could also have it for free, so mega shout out to them.
And all we had to do was remove the connector from the donor loom, cut out the correct wire, and then splice it into our original loom.
Then it was a simple case of plugging everything into the seat connector, installing the seats themselves, and praying that their electric functions would actually work. This is.
Or I had a little step back just a minute ago, and this is worlds apart from where it was.
We've only put the front bolts in because we can't get to the rears right now. We're going to stick the battery on, see if they work, and then the whole interior is done.
There we go.
Yes. Oh, that's it. Happy, Will?
These are so much better. This feels like a completely different car now.
This is Baby M car.
Coming out to this car and you see these seats, it's going to look way better than it did.
So, interior done. Let's move on to the proper final bits of the exterior, and these are the best bits so far.
Straight. That's perfect. Just there's all good, yeah.
I will give it to it. A whole car just ran over that. Now, it might not be carbon fibre, but it is somewhat strong. But nonetheless... Yeah, right. We have to take the front brakes off now. So the front brakes don't look too terrible, and actually they're this nice sort of drilled and grooved thing, but we need to change the rears, so we're going to change them all at the same time. Obviously, if it's going to go to one of you, fresh brakes is going to be nice. We've also got a couple of suspension bits we want to try and change, and then it's onto these. We cannot be running mismatched coilovers, so we have a solution for that.
But for the moment, we needed to remove the old brakes. Like many other BMWs, the handbrake mechanism is inside the disc. Usually, you should just be able to hammer it off, but there's a bit of resistance, and I don't want to push it too far because Will, remember what we did? Remember your Range Rover?
Yeah, I didn't adjust it. I smashed the disc off and obliterated the handbrake.
So let's not do that. There we go. There's your little spinner there. You flick him in to undo it, brings these pads back in, and then once we put the new one on, we'll have to adjust it back out so it's just before it engages. But old disc off, which these were definitely big offenders. You might even be able to see on the edge how big of a lip. You can definitely hear it. Rear brake's needing discs, but the front's not. What usually happens when you need that? What could they have been doing? With the brakes stripped down, I had a good excuse to give the wheel wells a decent clean before moving on to removing the old suspension.
And meanwhile, I was fixing an issue which was ruining this M140i's handling.
You can see the bush on that control arm is completely mashed. We've got a little bit of wheel wobble on the motorway as well. So new wheels, new bush there, it should drive way nicer. Absolutely mullered, that bush. We'd seen this before but forgot to buy them, so went down to GSF, bought 2 new arms, literally ordered them, go and collect them. 30 minutes later, our discount code, TDC25. Remember to use it or else.
And there you have it. Oh, not only odd mismatched coilovers to BCs at the rear, a broken spring at the rear. This car was owned by a trustworthy individual.
Now, I was worried about doing arms. It's just easy. I undid this nut, it just slicked out.
I'm gonna say it, I don't want to leave behind the sphere and stuff, but you know, every now and then, I just want a new car to work on.
This has just been nice.
It's been so nice.
You go, you know what, I'll change the control arms. And the car says, yeah, let's do it together, gang. Yeah, then old cars go,
You want to help me? Snap bolt, enjoy it yourself.
With that, it was time to continue removing the old suspension before replacing the track rod ends, as this would make it much easier to align later on.
So Will has found on his side the tie rod end is not in the best of conditions, and it is another one of the things that we bought from Febby. We also have some new boots to put on that side. So I'm gonna get this old one off, put this one new back on. Track rod ends are famously annoying to remove, and these weren't any different. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. The kinetic energy just carried on backwards.
do. You.
Eventually, though, we did manage to get them off.
There we go. Out. Now, a tip for you is, obviously, we are going to get this car aligned. So you don't go down the road and completely destroy your tyres before you get there, you should try and take some measurement from what you used to have, so they're roughly the same, and then we're not going to be destroying tyres. So, again, it's by eye, but it's better than nothing.
And with that temporary alignment done, we can install the new track rod ends. This little tool here is what you use to tighten these up. So it has like a one-time use thing here. You get around and you pinch it and then it tightens up. We didn't have the tool, but thankfully Ollie next door lent us one, so we can use that to put them on properly. Doing it by the book once again.
It was almost time to install the new suspension, but first we needed to finish removing the old coilovers.
Yummy. The cheapest coilovers that is physically possible for this car. They weren't actually that bad. You know what? If you're looking for a very cheap F20 coilover, which is what this chassis is, fine. Not going to give them a rating, but I'm also not going to put them down too much. But they're not those.
And the new coilovers in question are these Nitron R1s. They are far superior to anything we have ever fitted to a TDC project before, and when they're fully installed, this M140i is going to handle better than ever.
But before we could fit them, we discovered some pretty interesting news.
So we film these videos kind of out of sequence. We're kind of way ahead of what you're actually seeing. So yesterday, the first video went out, but the previous owner got in touch. And at first I was worried because I thought, what previous owner is that? It was the guy who had it a long time ago. So we have found the person who did lots of the
The good stuff.
Enthusiast stuff. The clutch, the subframe, all of those bits. We've all now found the source of it. We'll put a screenshot on the screen of the other list of mods. This car had a load of mods on it that aren't there anymore. And he didn't remove them when he sold it. He sold them with those mods. So that they have just vanished.
Our guess that this car was at one point owned by a well-to-do enthusiast who did the polybush subframe, all that sort of good stuff, was correct. It's that someone after it took it all off. But these are going to be one step in its recovery towards getting back to being a good car. Look at these lovely things. Patrick, behind the camera, you know more about these.
Yes, I do. So these are the Nitron R1 coilovers I shall hold. They are a combined two-way adjustable coilover, so your compression and rebound are both in one adjustment at the top here. Everything is designed in-house, and where we can is made in-house as well.
In the UK.
In the UK, yeah. They're super, super cool. So you've got a...
Coilover.
Yes, what you've got is a coilover.
These are meant to be the first full coilover rears for an M140i.
They are.
So usually you have what you call a divorced rear, where you have the damper and then you have the spring that's separate. It just looks a bit naff. It's very hatchbacky.
Yeah.
But this, all in one. I can't wait to see them in, and I can't wait to feel how good they are. I've been in a few cars where they've got really good suspension, and you notice it. It's not hard, it's not crashy, it's just right. As far as upgrades go, this is a big upgrade.
Mega shout out for Nitron for giving us a discount on these. No one with an M140i that was bought from Bradford or Birmingham has got Nitrons. They're not doing this sort of thing.
And with that, it was time to fit these fresh new coilovers.
They'll never rust. It's a process called titanium hard anodizing, but it's a specific like aerospace grade hardening thing for the coilovers.
Patrick used to work at Nitron, which is why he's in salesman mode, but now he works for us.
Was that salesman-y?
Very much
I'm
so.
really sorry.
We bought the coilover.
You told me not to be salesman. I'm sorry.
You can also see here, so this is an adjustable top mount on a coilover. You can undo these Allen heads and move this to set your camber and your caster. So you can change the alignment, not just from your like camber bolts that you would have on the rest of your suspension, you can change them on your top mounts, which is very cool. Oh yeah. Oh, you hear that noise? That noise, oh.
With the front Nitrons now in, we could install the new brakes as well.
On the discs go, shout out Febby Bilstein as always.
Those are big.
They are huge. And to pair nicely with our Febby discs, we had some uprated performance brake pads.
Now usually, for just a straight up road car, we'd be putting Febby or Blueprint pads in. This is a bit more performance orientated, so we've gone aftermarket. The guys from PBS reached out and said, we'll send you out some pads. Now I've got those on my yellow Clio, I had them on my old Clios as well. So we've got these. These are the Pro Race ones. So these are way more track biased than usual. They have a Pro Track one that's a bit more roady, but you can use it on track. But these are going to be really, really good. Really good pads with standard discs can make a massive difference. The guys from PBS have said you guys can also get a discount. So TDC 10 gets you 10% off PBS pads. Have a look on their site. They do pads for loads of different cars. These are going to make a big difference.
So with the new Febby discs, upgraded PBS pads and insanely nice Nitron coilovers, the front setup was done. And we could move on to installing the same on the rear.
Right, so the Nitrons are almost in, but we've had this car for a couple of weeks now, and we thought, let's check the market, let's see if any others have come up, because there's always the way that you buy this car, you think you got a bargain at 9 grand, and then the next week, there's a perfect car appears for 3 grand or something like that. But look at this, £15,000, or just over £15,000 this car. It's a year newer than our car, and I think it's got slightly lower miles. So obviously, we thought we'd run a report on it. As you can see, yellow marker, 2 records for damage, and when we click on that, we can see in 2022 it had an assessment, £3,000 and £5,000, exterior body parts, not the end of the world, it wasn't written off, but then 3 years later, it was written off, category N, so it's not structural, but it was a repair cost of £10,000 to £15,000, front and rear. So that's quite a lot of damage that this car has sustained in the last 4 years, basically. But with this report, you can go and view the car, have a look at those areas, ask the owner if they know anything about it, and try and get that car for the right money.
On the other hand, this car, when we bought it, was thankfully green ticks for mileage, finance, and theft. So we're all clear on that. We just don't get a report about the previous owner. So next time you want to buy a car, van, or motorbike, do not leave any stone unturned. Make sure that you check it out. Don't get caught out like we nearly did on this car. Run a car vertical check, use our code TDC for 20% off your next order, and you can bundle them together and get up to 50% off. Shout out Car Vertical.
The Nitrons were in and looking unbelievable, so it was time to move on to one of our favourite mods to do on any car.
We have new wheels, and oh golly gosh, everyone's walked in and gone, woo! come look. These are essentially CS style wheels. I think they're called the 763M style wheels from BMW. They come in 19-inch wheels, 19, a little bit big for the 1 Series. So these are, they're not real, they're replica set. Hold our hands up right now, but they look amazing. So they're an 18-inch version of the 763M wheels. We've gone for slightly skinnier tire up front, 225/40, and then 245/40 at the rear with some Michelin PS5s. There are some final pieces that we have to do. Ben? Thank you. Small bag of M we've got. With the M badges installed, I fitted some new centre caps, and then we could finally install these new wheels onto the car. Oh, look at that meat. That flat sidewall. That's a beast. Good stuff.
Before we could get the M140 back on the ground to see the new fitment, there was a final ugly feature that we needed to fix.
Right, final thing before we put it on the ground to get rid of this honking, heinous, disgusting, awful F1 light. Will has bought just a nice, normal, new one.
So we still have the diffuser element, but without a bloody F1 light in it.
Can I have one word from each of you about people who do this?
Piece of idiot.
Oh, hello.
What is that?
Oh no, that's the bloody light for the. Oh, watch your foot, Will.
Hey, someone would have hated that.
With the old diffuser in the nearest dumpster where it belonged, we got the new one installed.
And then it was time for the moment of truth. Seeing this car on the ground for the first time with its new fitment.
Oh, yo. Yo.
Oh, sorry.
Yo. Hold on, that rear.
Hold on, a little bit of camera on the front as well.
Sorry, that rear. Ben, can you get a close up on that, please? Because
that is fantastic.
And with that looking unbelievable, we had a visit from a very special guest.
Right, now you may be wondering why Dips is here from P1 Auto Keys, and that is because when we bought this car from, it was a little bit sketchy. I told you it was a bit sketchy. There's some criminal past. So we were a little bit worried that someone was just going to rock up in the night with the spare key and come and take the car away. I gave Dips a call within the hour, basically, and said, is it possible we can get rid of the old keys? And you said that's possible, right?
Yes, we can cancel all the existing keys out.
That will make us far happier knowing that even if he does arrive, we can say, it's fine, you don't have the key, mate.
So Dips got to work removing the FEM module, which holds all of the car's key data.
Right, so we've got the FEM platform out, and now what we need to do is we need to read the data on this chip here.
With everything connected up, Dips could start the process of deleting the old keys and replacing them with the new ones.
So it's basically going to read the key information by putting the key on the coil. So it thinks that it's basically in the car. Once we do that, it will give me a key listing, so it will tell me how many keys are actually in the system. So this is where
So we're hoping for 2 maximum.
Two max.
2 max would be good.
Oh,
no, that's
good.
rough. Oh, okay.
That's good.
That's just 2?
Yeah, it's two,
Okay.
2 keys in the system.
I thought that full list was all of them.
No. So wherever it says FFFFF is basically blank slots.
Right, okay.
So what we're going to do is put it into key position 7, the new key. And there we go.
Lovely. See, another example. This car was cared for. It just went through a rough patch. Just went through an owner that wasn't that great.
So if we see where it says key ID, at the end it says 135. So if we look at our list there, it's key position 1. So key position 2, which is B35, that's the key that someone out there has got. We can either disable key or we can just do delete key. We'll do delete key because we don't want the actual key at all in the system. And if we look there now, it says FFFFF on key position 2, which is empty. Yeah. And if we look at key position 7, we've got a key there.
Lovely.
So we now got 2 keys in the system.
With that all done, Dips reinstalled the FEM module back into the car.
So, all good. Start up. Everything's fine.
Do you want to test it?
Yes, I will do. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. Plus, we've got the nice new little blue, matching the blue. Kind of correct, Ben. That's the sort of detail you like. Well, there you go.
What detail that would want you to enter the competition.
Wow, good salesmanship, Ben. I like that.
Thanks.
Mega shout out to Dips as always. He has never not been able to solve an issue of ours. He is the man. He's the go-to for anything electrical vehicle systems, keys, all that sort of stuff. Hit him up, P1 Auto Keys on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you need it. He's your man.
And as you may have just heard, you could win our M140i.
We've put an insane amount of effort into making this the best driving M140i we've seen. And we've partnered again with LLF Games to give you the chance to call this car your own.
Tickets are less than 20p, so head to the link in the description to get yours now.
After all this time and effort, our M140i was finished, and it was time to see what it looked like out in the sun for the first time with its new mods.
Now, before we go for a drive, there's a couple of things. One, we've had the car aligned. Now it is looking angry as hell. But there is one last thing we must do.
Because this car has had a life with its previous owner, it's entirely possible, and a lot of you commented this, that this number plate will ping. Every time you drive past a police car, that number plate will register on their ANPR and go, we should check what that person is doing. So we just decided we should get some new plates. We just chose kind of the first one we could find. We just thought, like whatever, just any number will do, really, just to replace it. But yeah, so let's swap it over. Let's put the new number plates on that the police will have no issue with at all.
No, it's normal. Yeah,
just normal plate.
Not November, isn't it?
And so, with our completely inconspicuous plates installed, we hit the road one final time in our M140i.
Now, this car did not start as a bad car. It was a good one that had just been messed with a bit too much. But now, this thing is fantastic. Every single person in the unit that sees this car now goes, I want that.
That's really
I like
nice,
that.
Yeah. It's one of the most complete cars that we've done. It's just fine.
It's everything is done. It's so quick. This is the first time we've both been down in it with these seats. They make the biggest difference.
Yeah, way more sport down here, and like you sit a tiny bit lower as well, I think.
The TRS remap has done big wonders for this car. And then the clutch, which was unnecessary.
But it's new, so at least we know it's new now, so that's good. The turbo noises this thing makes.
This is one of the most funny cars we've had. It's almost like the TVR, where you do a pull and you just immediately go,
A 1 Series has absolutely zero right driving like this.
Diff works.
Diff does work.
Click here to subscribe, and also you can watch where we bought this car here. See you next week.